5. I just had another really almost alarming kind of dream experience. I was in my room in the dream, and it was almost like the same. It was almost the same layout. Where my bed's here, and then the doors over there. And over here, there was a lamp on a nightstand where the shelves are. But there was carpet, and I've got wood. So that was a difference. And I think at the beginning of the dream I was in a car. And in the beginning of the dream, I think that was like when I first started nodding off, because as I felt like the first thing I remember was rumbling. It was like the car was rumbling and going off the road. And then I realized that I dozed off. And my first thought was like, oh God, please let the car be okay. You know, because I'd like gone off the road. And the next thing I know, I was in a car with 2 other people. They were taking me somewhere, but they wouldn't answer my questions. There was some shenanigans there. But then I was back in my bed. After being in the vehicle with the 2 men, I was just back in my bed, in the carpeted room that was laid out exactly like mine. And I got up and I tried to turn the lamp on, and it wouldn't turn on. And I accidentally knocked it over and it broke. So there was a lamp broken on the ground. It didn't make any noise, but the glass had broken. And there was pieces everywhere. And I don't know why, but I felt like I needed to leave. Something was wrong, you know. I was trying to go back. I was trying to go back wherever I was supposed to be. I knew it wasn't there, even though that's where I was supposed to be. It was my room. It wasn't right. So I opened up the door and I started going downstairs, even though this house doesn't have stairs. That one had stairs right outside the bedroom door. I've got my jacket on, my hoodie, and I've got my car keys, even though I don't know if the car was outside or not. And I skip down to the bottom step. And I look over in the corner, and it's my ex's mom. So 2 exes ago. The one that I told you I had nightmares about being in this relationship and having to break up with them. Break up with him and that family all over again and leave that relationship. She was standing in the corner of the room next to what I think was a Christmas tree. She was in red Christmassy pajamas. And she just said, "Where have you been?" I was like, I don't know. I need to go. She goes, "I'm never letting you go again." And she came in to hug me, but it was too tight. It's too tight. And I couldn't move. It was my entire body locked up. Just that sleep paralysis kind of feeling where you can't move. You can't move your jaw. You can't turn your head. You can't speak. It all comes out as whimpers. You literally can't even open your mouth to speak. And I've had Shadow Man experiences most of my life. I've had sleep paralysis most of my life. I've had those kinds of nightmares most of my life where I wound up paralyzed with something looming over me, something holding me down, something. Never looks the same. They're never quite so obvious. You know, if they can keep you in whatever. You know, it's not the first time that I've had transportation as part of the dream, and then I've had the paralysis. I developed some kind of mantra that I use, and it's not really a language. It's not even really long. It doesn't really mean anything, but I say it in my dreams to break me out of that paralysis. And whatever I say changes, you know, it doesn't always have to be the same thing, but it's almost like a way to focus your intention. So she's got me like wrapped up in the hug and I can't move my body. She's saying she's never going to let me go ever again. And I like brought a hand out. I said my mantra and I put it on her chest and I said, I'm stronger than you. And I repeated it. She kind of like just, what's the right word there? Went limp. Started falling backwards. I was able to push her away. And in the dream, after I'd done that, I like went back up to my room. I knew I had to be dreaming, right? I think I knew I was dreaming. Went back up to my room, to my bed, and I closed the door and the light was off. And I was like, I don't know if I was trying to sleep or if I was trying to wake up. But there was a cat. And I thought it was my cat. I thought it was Leah. Her full name was Cordelia. We called her Leah for short because my ex hated that name. And I thought it was her. I thought that she'd snuck into the room while the door was open while I was downstairs with whatever that thing was. I started petting it. But it wasn't my cat. And the entire vibe this time, because I've had dreams before where I don't have enough time to get into them, but I've got recollections from several similar dreams before where I'm paralyzed, I'm being held down or kept or moved against my will somewhere else. And I've broken out in similar ways, using that mantra and building my willpower until I can finally break free. But this is the first time that the person who's doing the thing to me has ever acted as though it was out of love or some kind of twisted, like, fatal attraction kind of thing. And the cat has never wanted positive attention from me afterwards. And that could be something about, mastering your... I don't have my cards. They're over there, across the room. Could be something about mastering your demons. But the shadow people, it's its own phenomenon. It's not like other things I've dealt with. It's so easy for them to disguise what they are inside of your mind.